Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. We live in a world where energy, intention, and environment deeply influence our financial well-being. Many people work hard, earn income, but still struggle with poverty or lack of financial stability. And often the problem isn't only what you earn, but how you handle what you earn. Today, I want to talk to you about 7 places in your home that attract poverty if you keep money in them. This may sound unusual, but it's based on the principles of energy flow, psychology, and even ancient wisdom. Money is not just a currency, it's an energy. It should be respected, cared for, and placed in areas that promote growth and abundance. Money carries energy and must be stored with intention and respect. This idea goes beyond superstition. It ties into psychology, cultural symbolism, and even spiritual beliefs across the world. Money, though physical in form, represents much more than paper or coins. It symbolizes value, freedom, security, and the potential to create or destroy. Because of this deep meaning, the way we handle and store money in our daily lives has a powerful impact on our mindset and the energy we allow into our financial lives. When money is kept carelessly, without attention or intention, it communicates to your subconscious mind that money is not important or worth honoring. This can create a pattern of financial neglect, leading to poor decisions, disorganization, or a cycle of scarcity. Conversely, when money is handled with care, placed thoughtfully in a clean, organized wallet or stored in a designated space, it sends a signal to your mind and your environment that you value what you have. That respect invites more of it. In many traditional belief systems, the act of respecting money is seen as a form of attracting wealth. It's about aligning your external actions with the internal belief that you are worthy of abundance. Just like you wouldn't store something precious in a dusty, forgotten corner of your home, you shouldn't do that with money. When you treat it with dignity, it becomes more than just a means to an end. It becomes a trusted partner in your life journey, flowing in and out with purpose and positive energy. Hiding money under the mattress symbolizes fear and scarcity. This habit, often passed down through generations, stems from a mindset rooted in distrust of banks, of systems, of the future itself. While it may seem like a safe and secretive spot, placing money under the mattress actually reflects a deeper emotional pattern, the fear of losing it. Instead of allowing money to circulate, which is its natural function, this practice traps it in a stagnant space, both physically and energetically. Under the mattress, money is hidden, forgotten, and often left unmanaged. It doesn't grow, earn interest, or participate in any kind of productive flow. Energetically, this creates a blockage, not just in your finances, but in your mindset. You're telling yourself, whether consciously or not, that money needs to be hidden because there isn't enough, and that the world is not a safe place for wealth to exist. This belief reinforces scarcity and can prevent opportunities from entering your life. Moreover, the mattress is where we sleep, rest, and dream. Keeping money underneath that sacred, restful space can disturb your peace on an energetic level, tying your rest to anxiety and fear of loss. It turns a space of renewal into a vault of hidden worry. When money is stored in fear, it rarely multiplies. It becomes a static, anxious presence rather than a dynamic force for growth and security. Keeping money near the stove disrupts energetic balance in the home. The kitchen, especially the area around the stove, is traditionally seen as a symbol of nourishment, health, and life-sustaining energy. In many cultures, the stove represents the hearth, a sacred space where meals are prepared with care and intention, feeding not just the body but the soul. Introducing money into this space distorts its purpose. While both money and food are sources of sustenance, they operate on very different energetic frequencies. The stove is associated with fire, transformation, and consumption. Fire is powerful, but it's also destructive when misaligned. Placing money near it subtly links your wealth to the energy of being burned, consumed, or used up too quickly. This can manifest in real-life experiences such as unexpected expenses, rapid spending habits, or a feeling that your earnings never seem to last. Furthermore, the kitchen is a space that sees constant movement, heat, spills, and activity. It is rarely a calm, intentional place for storage, especially for something as symbolically potent as money. When you store money there, it can become exposed to the chaos of everyday life, clutter, grease, fire, all of which send a message of instability to your financial intentions. Instead of attracting abundance, this placement can contribute to a subconscious belief that money is temporary, expendable, and part of daily survival rather than long-term security. Respecting the unique energetic role of each space in your home is key to aligning your environment with financial well-being. And this begins by recognizing that the kitchen is for nourishment of the body, not the storage of wealth. Torn wallets represent neglect and signal scarcity to the subconscious mind. The wallet is more than just an accessory or a container for your cash, cards, and IDs. It is a symbolic home for your financial energy. When that home is damaged, frayed, or falling apart, it reflects a deeper message that your relationship with money is one of disregard or carelessness. Every time you open a torn wallet, you subconsciously reinforce the idea that your finances are not worth proper attention or maintenance. This might seem like a small detail, but the subconscious mind is highly responsive to visual and tactile cues. It picks up on disorder, decay, and disrepair and reflects those qualities back into your actions, beliefs, and outcomes. A worn-out wallet can carry the energy of lack. It may suggest that you're holding on to something because you don't believe you can afford better. It might also symbolize stagnation, clinging to the old because of fear of change. This mindset can become a barrier to financial growth. Just as we wouldn't store valuable jewelry in a broken box or keep important documents in a ripped folder, money deserves a safe, clean, and dignified place. Treating your wallet with care sends a powerful message to your subconscious that you are ready to receive more and manage it wisely. When you upgrade to a wallet that is well maintained, clean, and intentionally chosen, you start to shift not only how you store money, but how you view and attract it. Additionally, the wallet is something we use frequently, often several times a day. If each of those interactions is with something that is broken or neglected, it subtly affects your confidence and the energy you carry around your finances. On the other hand, using a wallet that reflects order, respect, and readiness creates a psychological alignment with abundance, reinforcing your self-worth and financial competence. Bathrooms are spaces of cleansing, not wealth retention. Money stored there symbolizes financial drain. The primary function of a bathroom is to facilitate elimination, washing away, and release. It's a space where waste is removed from the body and where water, a symbol of constant movement, is in continuous use. Placing money in this environment can energetically associate it with being flushed away, lost, or discarded on a symbolic level. You're placing your finances in a location meant for things you no longer want or need. This sends a confusing message to your subconscious mind that money too is something to be rid of rather than something to preserve and grow. Bathrooms are also typically isolated and private, often tucked away in a home, and not designed for storage of things that are meant to thrive or multiply. The energy in a bathroom is downward flowing. It's where things exit, not where they are nurtured or built. Keeping money in drawers, cabinets, or containers in the bathroom ties it to the energy of disposal and decay. The constant flow of water and the presence of drains reinforce the idea of outflow, of things leaving and not returning. Over time, this symbolic association can manifest in your financial reality through repeated losses, constant bills, or an inability to hold on to money even when it comes in. Moreover, the environment in a bathroom is not one of respect or elevation. It's utilitarian, often humid or damp, and far from the intentional and sacred space that wealth deserves. Money kept there might be exposed to water damage, mold, or neglect, further symbolizing a lack of care. You may forget it's there, or treat it as unimportant because of its hidden, out-of-sight location. The psychological impact of storing money in a space like this reinforces attitudes of financial disregard, making it harder to build a healthy, abundant relationship with your resources. Disorganized storage, such as scattering money in drawers, coat pockets, or random containers, leads to financial chaos and a lack of control. When money is not kept in a clear, intentional place, it reflects and reinforces a mindset of confusion, forgetfulness, and neglect. Many people don't realize how deeply their outer environment mirrors their inner world. When cash is crumpled at the bottom of a drawer or forgotten in the pocket of a jacket, it sends a subtle but powerful message to the subconscious that money is not important enough to track, manage, or respect. This lack of structure often translates into broader financial behavior, including poor budgeting, missed payments, and the inability to save or plan effectively. Money thrives in environments of clarity and order. When you know exactly how much you have and where it is, you develop a sense of control and readiness that allows you to make smarter decisions. On the other hand, when your money is scattered and disorganized, it becomes easy to lose track of it, both physically and mentally. You might forget you had it, misplace it, or only find it long after it could have served a purpose. This disconnection can gradually erode your confidence in handling finances, making it harder to build healthy money habits over time. In addition, storing money randomly suggests that it is expendable or insignificant, when in fact, every amount, large or small, deserves conscious attention. This behavior can also create a scarcity loop. Because you don't see your money regularly in one dedicated space, it can feel like you never have enough. You're constantly in a state of searching, guessing, or compensating, which increases financial stress and anxiety. By contrast, when you designate a specific place for your money and treat it with care, you promote an atmosphere of stability and abundance. You demonstrate to yourself that you are capable of managing and growing your finances with intention and responsibility. Money buried under clutter or dirt carries stagnant energy and blocks the natural flow of financial abundance. Clutter is more than just a physical mess. It represents mental confusion, unresolved emotions, and energetic congestion. When money is kept in such an environment, its energy becomes suffocated and weighed down by the disorganization. So you may not even realize that you're sending a message to your subconscious mind every time you toss a few bills into a pile of old papers, dusty corners, or neglected storage spaces. That message is one of disregard, lack of clarity, and emotional heaviness. Money, like any form of energy, needs space to breathe, to circulate, and to be honored. When you hide or bury money under layers of clutter, it becomes lost, not just physically, but symbolically. It implies that wealth is hidden, hard to access, or undeserving of visibility and structure. This creates a financial atmosphere of chaos and stagnation. Over time, this can affect not only your ability to keep track of your finances, but also your mindset toward wealth as something that is elusive or burden. You may begin to experience recurring patterns of financial frustration, missed opportunities, or a sense that you're always trying to catch up. This isn't just coincidence. It's the result of the environment reinforcing a lack of clarity and flow. Irrational clutter often carries emotional weight. Items that are broken, unused, or from the past often harbor unresolved feelings, and when money is stored in those spaces, it absorbs that same heaviness. Instead of being associated with possibility and prosperity, it becomes linked to stagnation, regret, or indecision. Dirty or neglected spaces also compromise the physical integrity of money, causing it to become damaged, forgotten, or lost completely. On a deeper level, keeping money in unclean or chaotic conditions reflects a subconscious belief that wealth is not sacred or worthy of intentional care. Just as clean, organized spaces allow creativity, health, and peace to flourish, they also support the energy of abundance. When you clear away the clutter and place your money in a space that is clean, orderly, and intentional, you invite financial flow, clarity, and a renewed sense of empowerment into your life. Money placed in shoes or on the floor is symbolically disrespected and energetically diminished. In nearly every culture, the feet and the floor represent the lowest point, both physically and symbolically, in our environment. They are connected with dust, wear, and the constant pressure of being stepped on. When you place money in your shoes or leave it on the ground, you are unknowingly aligning your wealth with energies of being downtrodden, overlooked, and devalued. This isn't simply about cleanliness or practicality. It's about the unspoken message you are sending to your subconscious mind about how you perceive the value of your money. Just as we don't place sacred or important objects on the floor, money should be elevated, stored, and treated with a sense of dignity. Keeping money in shoes, in particular, often stems from a desire to hide it in a safe place, especially during travel or uncertain situations. But this action also suggests a lack of trust in the natural flow of abundance. It links your money to a place of friction, wear, and disregard. After all, shoes are meant to endure rough terrain, not to carry energy associated with growth and prosperity. The constant pressure, movement, and exposure to dirt and sweat taints the energetic quality of the money kept there. Even if unintentional, this form of storage turns money into something secretive, unclean, and vulnerable, qualities that contradict abundance, clarity, and expansion. When money is found lying on the floor, forgotten, dropped, or carelessly tossed, it communicates neglect. It's a clear sign that wealth is not being honored or given its rightful place in your life. Over time, these small behaviors accumulate and shape your broader financial mindset. If you allow money to be associated with the lowest and most disregarded parts of your physical environment, it becomes harder to attract or retain it in a meaningful, empowered way. Every choice you make about how and where to keep your money becomes a reflection of your inner beliefs. Treating money as worthy of elevation by storing it neatly, cleanly, and respectfully not only preserves its physical form, but amplifies its energy as a tool for growth, stability, and opportunity. How you treat your money reflects your mindset about wealth. This principle is often overlooked in everyday life, yet it forms the foundation of a person's financial reality. The way you handle, store, speak about, and think about money is a direct mirror of your beliefs. Whether those beliefs are rooted in abundance, scarcity, fear, or empowerment, if money is treated casually, carelessly, or with indifference, it signals a subconscious belief that money is either not important, not respected, or not deserving of attention. This seemingly small attitude can ripple out into larger financial behaviors, such as overspending, avoiding budgeting, or not planning for the future. Your treatment of money, whether it's a single coin or a large sum, sets the tone for how much more you are prepared to receive and manage. For example, someone who crumples cash into their pocket or throws it on a counter without thought may not consciously realize they are reinforcing a sense of disorder and lack of appreciation. Over time, these actions build habits and mindsets that can prevent wealth from taking root. On the other hand, someone who organizes their money, keeps their wallet tidy, tracks their expenses, and expresses gratitude for their earnings is embodying a mindset of responsibility and respect. These habits create a fertile mental and emotional environment for abundance to grow. Moreover, how you talk about money, whether with disdain, worry, or gratitude, also reflects your internal beliefs. Constantly saying things like, "I never have enough," or "money just disappears," reinforces those outcomes. These words become self-fulfilling prophecies, driven by the mindset that finances are a source of stress or instability. But if you shift that internal dialogue to one of empowerment and possibility, saying things like, "I handle my money wisely," or "money flows to me through effort and clarity," you begin to rewire your financial identity. Respecting your money doesn't mean becoming obsessed with it. It means being intentional, present, and aware of the relationship you're building with it each day. Whether you are managing a little or a lot, your behavior towards your finances sets a precedent. Money thrives in a space where it is welcomed, understood, and directed with purpose. When you begin to treat it with care, no matter how small the amount, you train your mind to be a better steward of wealth. This respectful, intentional treatment cultivates financial habits that support not just temporary gain, but long-term stability and growth. Respecting money creates a psychological environment that invites more of it. At its core, money is not just a physical entity. It is a form of energy. This energy responds to how we perceive and interact with it. When we treat money with respect by handling it carefully, keeping it organized, and showing gratitude for what we have, we are sending out a message into the universe that we are ready to receive more of it. This practice is rooted in the belief that we attract what we respect and value. Just like any other form of energy, money flows where it is honored and welcomed, and when we consciously create a space for it, we are creating an environment that encourages its abundance. The psychological principle behind this is based on the idea that our actions and thoughts influence our reality. The way we handle money can directly shape our financial outcomes. If you constantly mismanage your funds, ignore your bills, or disregard the value of what you have, you send a signal that you are not ready to attract more or keep it flowing in a healthy way. However, when you handle your finances with care, by budgeting, saving, and prioritizing, your mind shifts to one that views money as a resource to be managed wisely. This shift in mindset opens the door to more opportunities and increases the likelihood that your financial situation will improve. Additionally, when you respect money, you are more likely to make better financial decisions. You become more attuned to where your money is going and how to make it work for you. For example, you might become more disciplined about saving or investing because you understand the value of each dollar. This sense of respect not only boosts your financial confidence, but also enhances your overall relationship with money. When you feel in control, empowered, and respectful of your finances, you're more likely to spot new ways to grow your wealth, take advantage of investment opportunities, and find creative ways to make your money work harder for you. This respectful attitude also applies to how we talk about money. Speaking positively about money and expressing gratitude for what you have creates an energy that invites more financial opportunities. Complaining about money or always focusing on lack reinforces the idea that you are always struggling, and this can perpetuate financial difficulties. On the other hand, a positive, respectful approach, acknowledging your financial wins no matter how small, creates a mindset of abundance and attracts more prosperity into your life. In essence, respecting money is about aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with the flow of abundance. By respecting it and being intentional in how you handle it, you create a psychological environment that supports not just the preservation of wealth, but its growth. This shift in perception from seeing money as something to be feared or hoarded to something to be respected and stewarded lays the foundation for financial prosperity. Organized, clean, and elevated spaces enhance financial clarity and growth. Our external environment profoundly influences our internal state, and this is especially true when it comes to our financial situation. A cluttered, disorganized space often creates chaos in our thoughts, leading to poor decision-making, stress, and a lack of clarity. When the spaces around us are chaotic, whether it's our desk, our living room, or the areas where we store our financial resources, our ability to think clearly and manage our money effectively becomes compromised. The physical disarray creates a mental block that can prevent us from making sound financial decisions and from attracting opportunities for wealth. On the other hand, when we create organized and clean spaces, it directly impacts our mindset and financial habits. Cleanliness and order are not just about tidiness. They are about creating a conducive environment for growth and clarity. When your financial space, be it your wallet, your home office, or your financial records, is organized, it mirrors a sense of control and intentionality. We are more likely to track your spending, manage your budget, and identify opportunities for saving and investing. An organized space encourages focus and a sense of responsibility, both of which are critical in building long-term financial success. Elevating your money physically is also an important step in showing respect for it. Money should not be hidden in low or forgotten spaces. It should be stored in places that reflect its value. For example, having a neat, well-maintained wallet or a designated drawer or folder for important financial documents communicates to yourself that your money is important and worth safeguarding. This simple act of elevation can transform your mindset. When you elevate your financial resources, whether that's through a proper storage system, an intentional budget, or keeping your financial goals visible, you give them the attention and priority they deserve. This creates a feedback loop of positive energy, where your financial organization leads to better habits, and those habits lead to greater financial growth. In addition, clean and organized spaces reduce stress and mental clutter. It's difficult to focus on financial growth when your environment is distracting or overwhelming. A cluttered desk or a disorganized filing system can cause anxiety, making it harder to take action on important financial matters. When you declutter your space, you declutter your mind, allowing for clearer thinking and better decision making. This sense of order doesn't just apply to physical spaces, it also extends to your mental approach to money. A well-organized financial system, whether it's a savings plan, a debt repayment strategy, or a retirement fund, helps you approach money with clarity and confidence. Moreover, having organized financial systems enables you to keep track of your goals and measure progress. This clarity allows you to make adjustments as needed and stay aligned with your long-term financial vision. Whether you're working toward paying off debt, building an emergency fund, or saving for a big purchase, keeping your financial space organized ensures that these goals are always in sight. This not only strengthens your financial discipline but also fosters a sense of accomplishment as you mark milestones along the way. The way you speak about money shapes your financial reality. Language is a powerful tool, and the words we use influence not only how we feel about money, but also how we interact with it. Our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes are often expressed through the language we use, and if we are constantly speaking about money in negative, limiting, or fearful terms, we are reinforcing a mindset of scarcity and lack. For instance, phrases like, "I can't afford that," "money doesn't grow on trees," or "I'll never have enough," create an emotional barrier between us and abundance. These statements reinforce the belief that money is hard to come by, that there is never enough, and that wealth is something unattainable or out of reach. Over time, these words become internalized as beliefs, shaping how we manage our money and how we feel about our ability to create wealth. And so conversely, when we use positive, affirming language about money, we create a mindset that aligns with prosperity and abundance. Words like, "I am worthy of wealth," "money flows easily and freely to me," and "I am a great steward of my finances," build a more empowering relationship with money. This shift in language doesn't just change how we feel about money, it changes the actions we take. When we speak positively about money, we are more likely to engage with it in a constructive and responsible way. For example, we might be more inclined to budget, save, invest, or seek financial education because we view these actions as essential to the flow of wealth rather than burdens or struggles. The language we use to describe our financial situation also impacts our behavior. If we constantly talk about our finances as a source of stress or anxiety, we reinforce those feelings and behaviors. Stressful language around money can lead to a cycle of financial avoidance, procrastination, and poor decision making. On the other hand, when we speak about money with respect and confidence, we are more likely to take proactive steps to improve our financial situation. Our words not only shape our internal beliefs but also influence the way others perceive our relationship with money. Positive language can attract opportunities, partnerships, and people who align with our financial goals. Furthermore, how we discuss money with others plays a role in creating our financial reality. If we surround ourselves with people who speak negatively about money, it can reinforce those limiting beliefs. On the flip side, engaging in conversations with individuals who have a healthy, positive attitude toward money can inspire us to adopt similar attitudes and behaviors. The people we interact with can serve as mirrors, reflecting our own beliefs and habits. If we frequently hear language that associates money with struggle, scarcity, or fear, it can be challenging to shift our own mindset. However, by choosing to engage with people who speak about money in a way that reflects abundance, success, and possibility, we can reshape our financial narrative. In summary, the words we use about money are far more than just casual statements. They are powerful tools that shape our reality. By consciously choosing to speak positively and with intention about our finances, we can change the energy around money and create a more abundant, empowering financial future. In conclusion, our relationship with money is deeply influenced by the choices we make in how we handle, store, and speak about it. Every space, every action, and every word has the power to either attract or repel financial abundance. By cultivating an environment that respects and honors money, through organization, intentionality, and positive language, we open the door to greater prosperity and long-term financial well-being. It's not just about the physical acts of saving or investing, but about aligning our thoughts, behaviors, and environments with the abundance we wish to manifest. As we take responsibility for how we treat money and the energy we bring to it, we unlock the potential to not only attract more wealth, but to nurture a mindset that supports sustainable growth and success. Respect your money, treat it with care, and watch how it responds in kind.